close call with ours, with my youngest opening the door while we were going about 50 down the road. As you can see, it's messed up. Alright, today's video, we have HD11. Had a little issue with my youngest opening the door while we were going about 50 down the road. As you can see, it's all bent and messed up. So today, luckily, we had these seats in here for the kids with their 4-point harnesses, so he didn't get injured or anything like that, so we were lucky there. But today we're going to go through how to install these little child lock brackets here. So we'll go through the overview as normal and then the installation process. We'll get you guys all safe, because kid safety is number one. We want them to enjoy riding with us, but we also want them to be safe. So let's get over to the table and I'll show you the parts, what comes in the kit, and all that first. So when you open up your package, this is what's going to be in your kit. You're going to have your brackets or bracket, depending on if you just selected one door or two doors. This is a 2-door kit. It's going to come with 2 brackets, the set of hardware for mounting, along with your manual installation tool. This is going to come just as one piece, regardless if you order 1 or 2-door options. The other thing that's going to come with this that I don't have here is it's going to come with paper instructions for your reference as well. So tools that you're going to need for this job, no matter what, is a 29/64 drill and a 4mm Allen wrench. The drill is going to be to drill your mounting holes for your inserts, and then obviously the Allen wrench is going to be for installing the bolts. Depending on if you're going to use the manual tool or not, if you have a riv nut tool, obviously this is going to be the easiest way to install these jack nuts. But if you don't, this tool is going to be provided in every kit as well. Now, for the tools that you would need for this manual tool, is a 13mm wrench or adjustable wrench just to hold on to the hex portion of it. And you're going to need a 10mm socket. That's going to go on the end of the bolt there. So if you're using that, you'll also need to use those 2 tools. If not, like I said, the actual riv nut tool is the quickest way to do it. So at this point, we can go ahead and just lay our stuff out, get everything ready to go, and we will hop into the cab and start working. So how these jack nuts work, we're going to simulate the door. So just think of this as after you drill your door, this is like the cross section of your plastic. You insert the nut into the plastic, and then basically whichever tool you're going to use, it's going to do the same thing, where this is your door, and then it's going to take these, I don't know, I guess jacks of the jack nut, and then it's going to mushroom them back to hold it, basically push it against whatever you are attaching it to. In this case, it's the door. So when you compress this, you can see how that opens up. And give it a little bit extra. And then that is basically how it's attaching itself to the door to keep this from spinning when you go to tighten your nuts. So the first thing you're going to want to do is take your bracket and line it up. What we try to do is keep this edge in line with the front edge there, and then just above where this slot is, you can kind of see it's just above, it's between where this top edge is on this and the halfway point of the handle. It's right in between there. Really, it just needs to be enough when you open, it's going to catch the handle, but it also needs to be low enough that when we drill our holes, that it is not going to be, too high, the hole isn't going to be interfering with this top edge. So you're going to line that up. You're going to mark your holes with we use a silver Sharpie, so that way it shows up on the black nice. And then after that, then you go ahead and drill your two 29/64 holes where you had it marked. All right, so now I'm going to show you how to use the riv nut tool. If you haven't used one before, this is the easiest way. So you open the handles up, thread your piece on all the way onto your M6 stud. You simply just push that into the hole. You're just going to tighten it down, pull the handles together, and then usually what I'll do is I'll just tighten this up, go put the handles back out, tighten this up a little bit more, and just kind of give it a little snug. And then you can unscrew this. And then the installation for that one is completed. Next I'll show you how to do the manual tool version that comes in the kit. With the manual tool, you're going to want to have it set up exactly how it is here. This is the end of the bolt head, washer, hex spacer, washer, washer. And then you go ahead and thread your insert up to the washers. Just hand tight is fine. And you're going to go ahead and push that into the hole. And grab your wrenches. Your 13mm goes on the hex. Your wrench goes on here. Your 10mm wrench goes on there. And then you're going to want to keep pressure pushing towards into the door to make sure that the flange of the jack nut stays tight to the front of the door. And then what you're going to want to do is you're just going to want to tighten the bolt while keeping that pressure forward. And it's going to draw in the back side of that jack nut. Once you have that tight, you can go ahead and just loosen the bolt up. And then you can go ahead and turn your bolt all the way out of the jack nut. So now at this point, you can go ahead and install your bracket. Put each bolt into each insert. And then you can go ahead and tighten down with your Allen wrench. And at that point, your installation is complete. So now the concept of this is, you know, your little kiddos or whoever's back here can't get the door handle open from the inside, but the operation is still perfectly functional from the outside. So it works exactly how your child lock doors would work on your vehicle, where it's just the outer doors in the back and the inners don't do anything. So really hope this helps you guys. I know we had a close call with ours, so wanted to create something to help everybody else. Hope you guys like it. Hope it helps you. Safe riding.